Welcome to Monster Trailcams, your eerie outpost in the digital wilderness. This is the one-stop hub where we bring the unknown and the unexplainable right to your screen. Our channel uncovers mysterious creatures and spine-chilling sights from every corner of the globe, captured on our network of trail cameras. Through storm or shine, day or night, our lenses stay vigilant so you can experience the thrill of the strange and the extraordinary. Remember, here at Monster Trail Cams, you never know what might creep into frame, so brace yourself and join us as we explore the world's unseen mysteries. We start today's video off with an unnerving photograph taken from a trail cam located deep in the Rhode Island woods. We're confronted with a large bipedal creature covered in black hair. While there are definitely some similarities to Bigfoot, the creature we are looking at is far more sinister. Focus your attention to its face. It appears to be a goat or a ram's head. Not much is known about this particular cryptid. There have been sightings of goatmen across the United States as far back as the 1800s, but they are few and far between. Most of the reports originate from the East Coast, with a few sightings in southern states across the years. Some experts believe the creatures to be fawns of satyrs, while others claim the reports to be a hoax. Let us know what you think about this mysterious cryptid in the comment section. Our next clip comes from a fearless camper who left the safety of his camper trailer to search for a creature that had been tormenting him since he put his fire out at sundown. The man was camping alone with just a tent to protect him the weather and any pesky rodents that might come around in search of food. Unfortunately, he was about to encounter a whole lot more than he bargained for. At first, it was just a tapping sound on the trees. The man mistook it for a woodpecker, or perhaps a squirrel caching acorns in the night. The tapping noise was replaced by a clicking. The man said the sound was unnatural, not something you would expect to find in the woods. When the clicking didn't elicit a response, it became a whistle. And not a bird whistle. No, a human whistle. It was at this point the man realized it was another human outside that was messing with him. He, angry, got out of his tent and yelled at the suspect and heard them retreat into the woods. Without thinking, he chased the person into the forest, and as a result, we have this unnerving video. I'm not sure what he was thinking. We know by the nature of this channel that he is likely about to encounter some sort of cryptid or supernatural being, but even if that were not the case, it is definitely not advised to confront anyone in the woods after dark, human or otherwise. The man chases down his quarry armed only with a camera and a flashlight, and when he finally catches up with it, he gets the surprise of his life. The footage had to be zoomed in to get a decent look at the creature, but even with the poor quality, we can still easily identify this frightening cryptid. Pale skin, a ghoulish face, and scrawny limbs that appear too long and awkward for its body. We are looking at none other than a crawler, and our camper is lucky to have escaped this encounter with his life. We don't know much about the lives of crawlers, but we do know they are often encountered trying to lure people into the woods. I can't imagine anything good happens after that. It is widely known that crawlers live in caves and heavily forested areas. They seem to be mostly, if not entirely, nocturnal. Certain members of the paranormal community theorize that crawlers could be responsible for the high number of missing persons in wilderness areas, but nothing has been able to be confirmed. I'd like to draw your attention to this viral video that's been circulating around the internet. It almost seems too wild to be true, but you can draw your own conclusion after we examine it further. We have a group of motorcyclists driving along a road after dark when they come upon a strange figure walking along the road. The figure is thin, pale, and completely bald. It walks upright and does not appear to be bothered at all by the motorcycles passing by. The footage of the creature isn't very clear, but we can tell it is not wearing clothes and doesn't appear to have any external genitalia. It fits the description of extraterrestrials known as greys. These are the type of aliens from the many reports of abductions, but they are not often seen wandering around the Earth. So this is a strange encounter, to say the least. If this footage is authentic, what is this being doing? Why is it walking along a road after dark? If we are looking at an alien, what is its purpose here, and why does it not interact with the motorcyclists? Our next video takes us into the jungles of South America as we follow along on a herping adventure-turned-monster hunt. Herping has become quite a popular hobby as of late, and often brings people outside after dark in hopes of finding harmless species of snakes, lizards, and amphibians. It's almost like nature's version of an Easter egg hunt. It's no surprise why so many people are getting involved. However, you better be careful out there, or you just might stumble upon something unexpected in the dark night. And that is exactly what happened to this group. They were recording their adventure when suddenly they came upon a frightening creature. It is skinny, pale, and appears to be completely hairless. Its body is the form of a human, but it is clearly something else. If I didn't know better, I'd say this was a crawler, although there are no reports of crawlers inhabiting jungle habitats. Most stories of crawlers originate in North America. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to believe these creatures have expanded their range and moved further south. There is certainly enough plant cover and cave systems that they could keep themselves hidden from most of society. It is interesting to note that this creature appears to have been caught off guard by the herping group and flees into the thick jungle brush. Most reports we've heard of crawlers involve them waiting in the woods for humans or trying to lure them off trail. That does not appear to be the case here. It makes me question this creature's true identity. Let us know if you have any ideas. We'll look into the folklore surrounding the area, and if we manage to find any more information, we'll feature the video again. But until then, let us know your theories in the comments section. We could use your help identifying the creature in the next clip. This video was taken by a runner who had ventured onto a new route along the road of a local park. They found a creature lying down along the edge of the road and immediately stopped. Obviously, the runner didn't want to approach this creature in the event it was dangerous, but what exactly is it? It almost looks like it has the head of a black bear, but it seems too small for its body. I am doubtful we are looking at a cryptid in this video, but this creature remains quite the mystery. If the creature stood up, we might be able to get an ID. The runner didn't investigate the creature further and turned back without incident. While likely the smart move in this situation, this creature leaves us perplexed. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think we are looking at here? Take a look at this strange situation. We have a trail cam facing what appears to be bear bait hanging from a tree. It is clear this camera was meant to capture any large predators hanging around the area, but it found something quite unexpected. We have what looks to be a human approaching the bait. They are dressed in white robes of some sort and dragging a black trash bag. While this may not be paranormal in nature, it is certainly very strange. Why is this person in the forest at night? Why are they dressed entirely in white, and what is in the trash bag? If they were doing something with the bear bait, the middle of the night is not the ideal time to do it. And why the strange clothes? Now, sometimes when you see bait hanging above the forest floor, you have to be aware of wolf pits. These are illegal in most areas, but that doesn't always stop people from building them. If you are unfamiliar, a wolf pit is a large hole dug in the earth. The hole is then filled with sharpened spikes, and brush is placed over the top to conceal it. Bait is hung over the pit so animals will fall in trying to get an easy meal. It's no surprise why these things are illegal. Maybe the person in white was intending to save an animal from a terrible fate by investigating the bait to see if there was a wolf pit beneath it. Your guess is as good as mine on this one. This is definitely an odd capture, so much so that it might just be paranormal in nature. Sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Let us know what you think in the comments. Here we have another trail cam video of predator versus prey. Look at that coyote, frozen motionless on the rock as it watches an opossum head towards a cave. The opossum clearly knows something is up, but it's unclear if it can see the coyote from that angle. The coyote, on the other hand, is fixated on its prey. Trail cams provide invaluable insight into the lives of wildlife that we would otherwise be unable to view. It appears in this video that the opossum escapes into the cave and evades the coyote for the time being. If you look closely, you can see two eyes reflecting light from the camera as the coyote searches for the little creature. Whether the coyote catches its prey this time is unknown. In case you were worried about the supernatural creatures hiding in the forest, here's a video that shows just how frightening the natural world can be. A rare few people get to experience nature in all its glory. We've all heard stories of the big bad wolf living in the woods, but how many of us have actually seen one? This man out hiking with his dog is unknowingly in for the surprise of his life, as well as a reminder of just how terrifying the world's apex predators can be. Focus on the black form in the center of the screen. The quality of the footage is poor, but it looks to be some sort of creature standing there in between the trees. And then suddenly, it leaps up and we see the creature's true size as it takes after the barking dog. And that is no small dog either, but the wolf dwarfs it completely. It goes to show just how large wolves and other predators actually are. Those lucky enough to see a wolf in the wild are often taken aback by their sheer size. And did you notice how the canine went from lying on the ground to a dead sprint in less than a second? Fortunately, the man and his dog escaped the encounter unharmed, as the wolf chose to flee instead of fight. Check out this strange scene. We received this clip with no context, so we'll have to do a close examination and try to find out what is going on. The first thing that grabs our attention is the white form falling into the water. At first, this looks like a person, but when it hits the water, it dissipates as if it were made of mist. And then, a moment later, it emerges from the depths, and we see what appears to be a face. After viewing the footage several times, it seems unlikely that this is simply a person dressed in flowing white clothes. Parts of the creature are translucent, suggesting it could be something from the spirit realm. Though this would be the first time I've seen a ghost go swimming, if that is indeed what we are looking at. While the ghost in the water is the star of this show, I'd like to turn your attention to the woman sitting on the other side of the bridge. We've watched this video multiple times, and she doesn't move even once during the clip, suggesting that she isn't what she appears to be either. So what exactly is going on here? Your guess is as good as mine. Does the ghostly spirit in the water have something to do with the unmoving woman on the side of the bridge? Could we be witnessing her out-of-body experience? Leave a comment and let us know your ideas. We have one more potential crawler encounter to review. This was taken by a woman out for a walk along a rural road near her home. She had been hearing strange noises and, believing someone to be following them, the woman took out their phone and started recording. Initially, she was afraid it was a deranged person, which would be quite the dangerous situation and not unheard of in rural areas, but then something else came into view. At first, it was just a flash of white, but you can see it more clearly when the camera operator focuses in on it. It is the general shape of a human, but ghostly white and naked. The owner of the video said the creature's details did not show up well on camera, but she described it to us. She said it was pale and ghoulish. Its eyes were too large for its head and its face resembled a skull. Its body was skin and bones with visible ribs and hips. Her description definitely fits that of a crawler. But do you think this video is real or not? The creature seems to be a little too white against the background, but anything is possible. Here we have some more strange footage for you to review. There wasn't much of a story to go along with this, so we'll have to examine it to find out what is going on. We can see what appears to be some type of statue or shrine in the woods, or perhaps just a very still person playing a trick on the cameraman. And then again, we could be looking at a ghost. It is difficult to tell what exactly is going on considering the poor quality of the footage. If you have any ideas, tell us in the comments. The figure in the frame is dressed entirely in white, likely wearing a long robe of some sort. Its head seems to be under a hood. Suddenly, the robes the figure is wearing move in the wind. This seems to frighten the cameraman, meaning we aren't simply looking at a person wearing a robe. This is something he did not expect to move. I don't know what's more terrifying. The possibility that we are looking at a moving statue or a ghostly apparition. What are your thoughts? Our last clip of the day is something quite disturbing. We have two wild canines, one fox and one wolf, both of whom met extremely unfortunate ends. Both of these magnificent beasts have been frozen by the unforgiving winter weather. We cannot say for certain if the weather was the cause of their deaths, but it certainly preserved them in a disturbing manner. But such is nature. If you liked watching these videos, then consider subscribing. I release videos at least twice a week. Stay frosty, and we'll see you in the next one.